So this week was the final week of the Skills App, week 8. So just to conclude, what we did was we did rudder mechanics, we did the B series again. We felt to give them another try and just another chance to get used to the B series, get the rudder mechanics going. And then also we did top speed. So just to really show them how the speed mechanics work, we've been doing over the weeks, has actually improved them. We actually did a flying start and we did a 20-meter run. So after that, we retested all of the ball work, so all the skills we've been doing. So we started off by doing the sedan, and you can see clearly that they've improved greatly. They can go off both feet this time, turn left and turn right. Then we went into the messy body feint, because we felt that the feints were very effective when done in the matches and done in practice. So we looked at that again, and once again, although some players tend to go the same way every time, the body feints have been getting better. And instead of just dropping the shoulder, they've actually been shifting their whole body and then shifting the other way with the ball. After that, we did the cruise turn. So the cruise turn was very simple, just go up to the cone and just turn nice and sharp. This is also getting better, because at the start, the players tended to turn in the defender. So instead of taking a touch and going 180 degrees, a 180 degree turn with it, they'd end up cutting the ball in towards the defender's feet, which allows them to get the tackle in. Because if done right, the quick turn allows you to not only get that yard of space I should say, but it also allows you to get your body between the defender and the ball before giving your next pass or your shot. The last one we tested was the MES, the quick feet. So I feel in particular that this skill is highly effective all over the pitch. So it's a simple shift of the ball from left to right or right to left, and allows you to basically walk past the defender. So we'll just test that once again, and some of the more technical players find it useful, although for the players who aren't really comfortable on the ball or in possession of the ball, they find it very difficult to get used to the shifting of the ball. They want to pass it to the other one, where it's more of a shift, you drag it across and then push it forward. So just kind of get that aspect with them. So we showed them on video, we tried to show them again, retesting, but mainly we're just looking at the improvements they made and then making out a plan of how the team can go forward after we're gone. But yeah, overall, I felt the 8 weeks went really well. The use of the technology really helped. The nights we brought in the Apple TV to show them the demos on a bigger screen rather than just showing them on the iPad, because some places where we were doing the sessions didn't have access to a socket, so we just showed them on the iPad in groups. But for the nights we actually had the clubhouse and we had the TV and the Apple TV with us, they could see clearly what we wanted, and it was a lot quicker, and then allowed us also to get them thinking about it with more questions and get them in a group environment where they can hear other people's thoughts as well. Instead of just having them go through the drill, we show them feedback and we ask them how they thought they got on. Sometimes it's good to get someone else's perspective. Apart from technology use, I felt the girls improved their technique, their running technique especially. At the start, some of them just didn't know how to run, if I'm honest. Some of them couldn't land, and a lot of them, if you asked them to jump, they wouldn't jump higher than an inch off the ground. So just teaching them like stuff they can use every warm-up, every match, just to keep them. One of the main things we're preaching to them about why we're doing the landing mechanics and the running mechanics especially, and the jumping mechanics, was injury prevention. Because I think the research shows that around 50% of female athletes will have a problem with the cruciate ligaments at some point in their career. So we just want them to get used to, if nothing else, landing safely, pushing off effectively and in a safe manner, so that they don't get hurt, decelerating the proper way with quick feet, choppy feet, and getting their weight down, rather than sudden stops and jerky movements. We want to get them proper mechanics in, so that if nothing else, if they're not better players, at least they'll have longer careers. In terms of the football then, there's a big difference in skill level with this team. even though it is an academy team and it's the elite players from all around different clubs in the metropolitan area, you can still see there's 3 or 4 players who are 3 or 4 steps above the rest, and they were very comfortable doing all the skills. So it was challenging at times to challenge them players, but also challenge the lesser players, for lack of a better term, the ones that weren't comfortable with the ball, challenging them and challenging those who felt more comfortable with the ball at the same time without either group becoming bored. Obviously, it's a lot easier to keep the interest of those who weren't comfortable with the ball because everything they were doing was challenging. However, when you're doing the same drills with different skill levels, it can be a challenge to keep the attention of those who are better. So just going forward, we left them with a little plan of like they'd have a warm-up that to do, a standard warm-up. One of the guys off the team is actually the strength and conditioning coach with them as well, so he'll be keep reinforcing the sprint mechanics and the landing mechanics and the running drills. I must say, at the start of this whole project, I was a bit nervous going in, because I've been around football long enough to know that when you're bringing these new ideas and you're changing it from how it's always been done, that a lot of the coaches you'll deal with look at you in a skeptical way, and they try to undermine you by just taking over because they haven't done the research, they haven't studied enough to know that there's different ways to do things and more effective ways and more efficient ways to teach some of the skills and some of the mechanics, and the importance of even the running mechanics can be lost on some of the coaches who just think it's about just how much work you put in and work hard, 100% effort, where it might be more effective to do a sprint session and do running mechanics, and they might be resting most of the time, but the work they're doing is 100%, it's full effort, because you can't work at full effort all the time because fatigue creeps in and fatigue affects the technique then. Again, we're going for it. I do it again. I do some things differently, so I might bring in the Apple TV straight away, just from the off, and show them the importance of it and how they can use it going forward. Because we found when we did show them technology, I remember I think it was one of the first weeks, we showed a girl who couldn't understand how to do the A-skip. No matter how many times she was shown in a demonstration, teammates, coaches, all demonstrated for her. When we showed her on the video of the model, the expert model dealing with the demo, straight away she just went straight off and did it perfectly. So just even moments like that really show you how much of an effect a demonstration can have on the athlete, and that some people just need to look at something and they can do it. So that wraps up the 8 weeks skill session, and I hope you enjoyed it.